Would you like to do something special for someone you love? This French toast breakfast is sure to be a hit, and it's so easy. Anyone can do it. Let me show you how. Now in this bowl I have 4 large eggs. We're going to give them a good stir. It's easier to break them down before you get all the liquids in here. And this recipe is just a very basic recipe, so you can change it, modify it. If your family likes different things, just feel free to experiment a little bit. So we've got 4 large eggs, all beaten up. We're going to add 1 cup of milk. I'm adding 1/4 cup of sugar because I want the sweetness to be inside my French toast. My grandkids will often eat the leftovers, right out of the fridge, and it's finger food to them. So by having everything already incorporated, I don't need to have the mess of syrup. Okay, and then we need a teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to do just a hint of salt. That's probably about 1/4 teaspoon. You can leave that out if you need to. Just adds a little bit of flavor. Give that another stir. And the last thing I'm going to put in is cinnamon. Some people like nutmeg in their French toast, and that's okay. It's just not something that we've gotten used to. And as I make my French toast, I may or may not add more cinnamon as we go, because since it floats on top, the first few slices get all the cinnamon, and the rest, they just don't. Did you know that this is also a really good meal for breakfast for dinner? We do that a lot when we're in a hurry or just exhausted and too tired to make anything. You're going to want to give your pan a good coating of some kind of oil. I use vegetable oil. I don't use butter, and here's why: because butter scorches easily, and once you get it scorched, it gives an off flavor to your French toast. You've got your egg and milk and sugar, cinnamon, vanilla, got it all mixed up, and once your pan is warm enough, then you can go ahead and place the bread in the pan. This type of pan that I'm using is a stainless steel pan, and it's just what I'm used to cooking with. I don't really care for any of the non-stick pans. So from here on out, it's pretty simple. Dip the bread, put it in the pan. Dip another piece of bread. You want it to soak up a lot of that egg and milk mixture. Put it in the pan. Now it's popping because I put a couple of drips of water in there and it hasn't quite cooked off, but that's okay. Did you know that French toast freezes really well? If you've got some extra eggs, use them up in some French toast, put it in the freezer, and when you take it out of the freezer, it's just a matter of popping it in the microwave for 15 seconds or a minute, somewhere in there. And then you've got a really quick meal that's homemade. You're looking for the golden brown color to your French toast. You can almost smell when it's done. I'm getting a lot of cinnamon aroma. Only takes about a minute or 2 on each side. Now you want to make sure that you cook them well enough so that you don't have any egg goo, because that's really not appetizing. That looks about perfect. And by putting oil in the pan, you get a nice crispness. I have an electric stove, so I have to adjust the heat periodically. Sometimes it gets too hot, sometimes it's not quite warm enough. I sliced up this bread just a few minutes ago and already it feels like it's starting to dry up. But that's a good thing because it's going to soak up a lot of that egg mixture and make a really good French toast. This breakfast is so easy, and with a little practice, you can put together a really nice meal. Make sure you pair it with some berries and some juice, and maybe even some homemade maple syrup. I'm sure you'll get a lot of compliments. Well, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Oh, and one more thing. I hope to see you again soon.